Welcome to Decode with me. I'm Iris Knightstar. We're going to continue decoding this week's word search. However, today's reading is going to be a little bit different because I completely messed up the recording yesterday. But in the meantime, I have created a new tool on the website, which is awesome and I'm really excited about. Anyway, I'm not going to pull the familiar again today because I pulled it on the first recording and I would probably pull something different and that changes the reading. So let's just... So these are the ones that I pulled. So we have the Owl of Winter, and that's going to shape and add tone and nuance to today's reading. Winter. There we go. No, not the Raven. There we go, the Owl. Okay. So the familiar that's guiding today's reading is the Winter Owl, steady, perceptive and quietly protective. This owl sees beneath the surface, showing you where your energy is being lifted and where something is snagging. And I would normally reveal the grid now, so if you want to decode along with me and see the grid before any of the words were found, I recommend you pop back to episode 22, and that's the start of this week's word search grid. And just note the order in which you find the words, and that gives you your personal message alongside this collective one. Okay, so I'm going to reveal the grid now. I've already got the words highlighted because I've got that far in the video. The professionalism. So I found lively, which moves across here. I also found the spirit word hex, which sits right here in the middle of the grid. Now you may recall from previous videos that we divide the word search into 9 boxes, and then we can see where the word sits within the grid, and that adds to the meaning of the message. So lively is sitting mostly in box 8, and hex is in box 5. Okay, we'll get to that bit later. Okay, so lively, energetic, spirited, animated and full of movement or vitality. And within numerology, all the letters of the alphabet are assigned a number from 1 to 9. And then I've got this handy table in my book. Oopsie daisy, there we go. So for lively, you can see L is a 3, I is a 9, V is a 4. And so you would work through all the letters, add them all together, and that comes to 31. And then you add 3 and the 1 together to make a 4. Now, obviously, for doing lots of these words, you're going to need to do a lot of maths, and that gets a bit boring quite quickly. So I created this new page on my website. Just check you can see that. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Right, so you can see here we've got the life path calculator, and that'll give you your life path and your destiny number. But what we want today is the word numerology calculator. I know, it's the world's snappiest name. And basically you just type in the word that you found, click calculate. So let's type in love. And then we calculate that. And then you can see here, it gives you the word, the total letter sum, and then what that reduces down to. So love is a 9 number. Okay, so let's pop that there, and the Winter Owl can watch over us while we do the rest of the reading. So as we say, lively is a 4, and 4 represents grounding, stability, building momentum safely, strengthening your foundation and directing your energy with purpose. It's sitting in box 8, And that's the domain of emotional culmination, release, the lifting of heaviness, clarity emerging after tension, a sense of emotional freedom or movement. So lively sitting here means your emotional energy begins to brighten, rise, or move again after feeling stuck. Now, as I said, we found the spirit word hex here in box 5, and hex can be perceived as quite a heavy word, but in this context, it's referring to interference, cross signals, tension, old patterning, a snag or energetic friction. If we do the numerology of 9 and reduce it down, hex becomes a 1. And 1s represent beginnings, self-direction, choosing your own path, personal agency, and stepping forward despite resistance. And sitting in box 5, it's the centre of identity, selfhood, inner truth, personal boundaries, and the narrative that you hold about yourself. So hex in box 5 means an old internal story trying to pull you backward just as you begin moving forward. Not danger, just friction. With lively landing in box 8, your emotional field is opening. Something that felt tight, stuck or flat begins to move again. A spark returns, a sense of vitality lifts inside you. The numerology 4 grounds this movement. This isn't chaotic energy, it's steady renewal, a stabilised spark. Hex appearing in box 5 with a numerology of 1 shows the point of tension. As your energy rises, an outdated belief or internalised voice pushes back. This is not something external harming you, it's simply a moment of an old identity that doesn't fit anymore. The winter owl sees this clearly. Your emotional energy is ready to rise, and the friction shows exactly what you're outgrowing. So today's guidance: honour the return of your energy. Anything that resists is just an echo of a story you no longer belong to. Let me know in the comments what you think of today's reading. Do go and check out the numerology calculator. My website is Knightstar Puzzles, and then you can see the links that I showed you earlier. It's loads of fun just playing around with that. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow to finish the rest of the word search and complete the full reading for the week. Until then, decode, discover, divine.